buy into it or be part of it. And I believe that creative thinking is a process where everybody is creative, but only the bold people are able to take a step to bring something out. And so we want to welcome you to this program today to basically discuss your work.
Thank you.
And I want to start from a very light note, Sylvester. Let's take us through the journey of you getting into the music industry, the background of Sylvester and Abrams, or maybe Abrams and Sylvester, and then to Sylvester now.
Well, that was in the the early 90s. 1992, that's when we really started to, writing, and performing in school, putting down something, So it started there with, of course, various influences, local and international. Then we performed in schools. We were always very happy to perform, and whenever they would call out anyone who has a song, always Sylvester and Abrams came out first in school to present something. So during our school time in primary, we were known because we're always free. We're always free to express. We're always free to express what we have with the people. So the audience has been like a part of us. Since the beginning. Of course, there was challenges were so many. Then, if you remember, there was only one TV station. Then, so you find that if you need anything other than what they're playing, you have to look for it. You have to find out getting it. So our cousin brothers were collectors. One was already a celebrity, Simon Best Kalema. We grew up there. So there was a constant overflow of music. From US, from Jamaica, and so many other countries. So he was uninfluenced himself, being an artist, living with him, and then the music that is coming in. So that's what I picked up. Right now, there's so many influences. You just look left, you see an influence. Right, there's an idol, but then there were very few. So it was really quite challenging. Then the late 90s, early 2000s, more events started coming up. We almost featured on almost all the events that happened around Kampala during that time. And those are school events, public events, and we still have more of those posters. So, but what I like about that time is that it made us performers, like the artist who started around that time, well, not just that, even in the 80s and 70s, but the time before social media, let me say, the artist who started before social media, those challenges that we faced during that time made us performers, because you had to write a song, perfect it, perform it, without being on radio, without being on social media. But right now, you can just release a song and just throw it up there. Then concerts were radio. They were TV and radio stations. So you're performing a song that people don't know, but you have to make sure they like it. But right now, you go on, you go to perform when at least people know a few lines of your song, because they have watched it on YouTube. They have, watch it on Facebook, so at least they know the hook. So then it was really challenging. So there are so many, I cannot really say everything, but there are so many things that have changed for one who is just starting up compared to
what you guys were.
What you guys went
through. I want to just take you a little bit back, Sylvester, just from the point of the beginning of hip hop. How did you end up in hip hop music as a young boy or young boys, and then how did you end up even singing? How did you even started from?
I understand. But as I said, one of the first influences was our cousin
Simon Best Kalema.
Simon Best Kalema. And then the music videos. They used to bring music videos, of artists. Like then, music videos were like movies, and people used to hire a tape of music videos, just plain music videos, nothing else, which is uncommon now. But then it was the in thing. I come to you and let me say you'd visit the video library and you just.
I remember it used to eat my 100 shillings back in the days.
Yes, because they only one TV stations and they were not playing so much of that. Yeah. So I think the expression, I don't know how, but I felt like the way people were expressing, the way they were using their hands to show action, to tell a story, the gestures, the lifestyle, the dress code, and the flow of words, with rhythm. I think it was natural. I was like, okay, this is a thing for me. Maybe I should give it a try. So that's why I was. I can't say it was magic, but at that time, I felt like it's the best expression. It's how I can express myself fully. The lifestyle, the dress code, all those things. The slangs, the proverbs. Like, it was just an automatic thing, and I was like, okay, maybe I should give it a try and see how it goes.
I just want to take you a little bit back to, a lot of people see you on the streets and don't know whether you have gone through some hard times, and some young person.
You don't have to look
exactly like your past, and some young man is seeing you right now and saying, man, I want to be like Sylvester. Undoubtedly, you are one of the best writers we have and the storytellers we have. When somebody listens to your music, it's very inspirational, it's very encouraging. It leads to the transformation of the life of a person. When I wrote about you, that you're coming to the show, a lot of people reached out to me from all over the place. There are rappers in the US, the Ugandans are like, yeah, man, that guy is our guy. And then, 2 or 3 people said, I've been looking for that guy. I've been wanting to meet that guy, including, people from our team members here. I guess it's because of the way, the flow of the music, the message in the music. I want to take you to a moment, Sylvester. Somebody out there is watching you right now and don't know how to get into writing. But also a parent out there never thought that hip-hop is a place to go. Music was an abomination for many parents. How did you deal with that with your parents, and how did you deal with that with your, how did you end up not being a doctor?
I was a rebel.
Tell us about being a rebel leader.
I really, like parents of this era, I mean, it's easier for the parents of this era to support their kids who want to pursue music. Because we have door-to-door role models. I mean, as I've said, you look left, there's an OB who is making it big. You look right, there's an OG who is making it big. There are so many door-to-door role models. Then, if you ask like most of the artists like in the 90s who were starting up, you find that their whole list is filled up with American artists. Or Jamaican artists, or whatever. But right now things have changed, that someone can mention his inspirations, his idols, and he doesn't mention anyone from US or from UK. So things have changed now, that the parents can see, they also see the person talking about, they have read about him, they have seen him grow, and all those things. Then it was a challenge. You had to you have to be a rebel. Go against whatever they say. If for example, like the punishment that's parents used to give. If you come beyond this time, there's no food. Things like that. So like, okay, at least let me miss food. Let me grab the mic and I miss food. So you have to find a way of balance the equation. Either I miss food or I miss the mic. And these events used to happen once in a while. So you're like, okay, I can have food the next day. I'll have food at night. Or sometimes you lie that you have a Saturday school session, and actually you don't. So you had to find a way of getting out of the home.
So that's what you term as a rebel.
Because you're going against the rules. The rules. And secondly, you felt that this is the thing for me, but there was no way to there was no way to make them believe that that is the thing for you. That is a wise direction to take. That is
they wanted you to be a doctor. They wanted you to be an engineer.
But so the challenge was making them believe that you're taking a right decision. And of course, many thought that you cannot pursue art or music and still be concentrative in books.
Yeah.
So that was really another challenge, because they felt that you're going away every Saturday to perform whatever you know, and of course you like losing focus. That was their worry.
Yeah.
Yes, you can say, yeah, no, I can read books and and then do music at the same time. That argument was there, but their worry was you losing focus.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, all the events where we performed, that all the events we went against the rules.
Wow.
You either come back late and say, I've been to this friend of mine, when actually you've been somewhere else.
And you are caned as well.
Yeah, so, but those are the consequences.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that now it's very much easier. A parent drops a kid to a concert.
Yeah.
A parent drops his kid to a concert and picks him after.
Which was an abomination back then.
And picks him after,
Yeah.
So things are changing. So the parents of this era now are much, they're more relaxed when it comes to dealing with issues concerning their kids who want to join art.
Wow.
Because they have seen it, they have read about it.
Yeah.
They have seen it paying off, they have read about it. They know these people. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying that my start wasn't really easy. I didn't have the support. I can't lie about that.
Yeah.
There was no support. Yeah. And it took time for them to know that we were doing music.
Yeah.
Until someone brought a videotape, a video recording of one of the nights at DV8.
Okay.
Someone brought it home.
Yes.
Now, that's the fact that there was no social media. It was easy for you to keep something away from
parents.
Yes.
People for some time.
Yes. Now I'm telling you. Now it's like this: from '92 to around early 2000, something like that.
Yeah.
We were doing music during that time, and they didn't know.
Yeah.
They didn't know, because we knew that if we want to do this without interference, we have to keep it to ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. But right now you can't keep something to yourself with social media. You can't.
Yeah.
So when someone took he's called Twist, Twist.
Yes.
Twist used to come and film. Yes, Kanyike used to come and film sessions at DV8.
Yes.
So we performed in one of those sessions, and they took the video there. Oh my God! They were like, they saw an experience, and they're like, how did they get here? How did they get to this?
Yet they are always home at this time.
Yes. You're always home. You're performing well in school.
Yes.
You're doing house chores.
Yes.
They're like, they were so surprised.
Yes.
So it was a good thing, but of course, the start to get to that level wasn't really good.
Wow.
So you had to accept that I cannot be supported by my family. They don't understand what I'm there's something that I like passionately, but they don't understand it. And you have to accept it. But right now, parents, they've seen it. They've seen it.
Wow. What did you try there, Sylvester? We're going to go for a break. And of course, we want to welcome everybody out there who is watching this program from all across the world. This is the Creative Industry Talk. My name is Eddie Okela. And of course, I'm talking to Sylvester Kabombo, who is a Ugandan musician, a rapper, and of course an educator, a man who has been pouring into the young lives of musicians who are upcoming, rappers who are upcoming, doing all these things. We're going to play one song from Sylvester and and Abrams back in the days called Lemera Ko, and I think we've got the inspiration from that song. Lemera Ko coming up, and we'll be right back after this.
Abrams. This goes out to our fallen soldier Pitek, aka Paul Mwanda, and to all those people in the everyday struggle. Mulemereko, byokolanga biganye lemerako abatagaliza basuse lemerako gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumungo wangudde lemerako byokolanga byesibye nnyo lemerako n'abatesi beetawula nnyo lemerako gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumungo wangudde lemerako mu buli kintu wabeera wakufiriza abamusanyu kyokola bwe bakiyimiriza era atambula akwogerako nti takukkiriza oyo mugereko mpola yagala kuzikiriza wezimba buli kyogulirewo kimunyiza kasita otegedde bambi tomala budde anyiga ng'okulaakulana mwesaleko gwe tolekera okulana manyira omuyiteko kola bibyo teekayo omwoyo balinyuma ebyafaayo ovudde wala nnyo kati olinye amadaala era ofuna sente ezikuyisa mu lunaku olya onyirira tokaaba nnaku sikugwe weka abogeddwako bangi kati tolekerera ssaala kubanga kyekijinji boogere nga bamala budde oliba ofunye siringi byokolanga biganye lemerako abatagaliza basuse lemerako gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumungo wangudde lemerako byokolanga byesibye nnyo lemerako n'abatesi beetawula nnyo lemerako gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumungo wangudde lemerako yo nkoye abatagaliza bannaabwe essanyu lyabwe kulemesa nze naabwe kaliraba goyita mukwano gobwe musaba akapiira bakube endobotero ove mu kisaabwe ensi bwetyo era sagala bokana yenna oba osibuusabuusa genda obuzeko mulala yenna tulina okwegendereza abatuwabula kuba abamu ku bo bafa kimu kutulemesa naye era bwe basembera gwe lwanyisa embeera ojja kumalako nga Nelson Mandela abantu bangi baagala okutta ku byokola bakwogerera ebigambo n'ebyo tobifaako gwe lemerako ekiganye ndamugezeeko ojja kuba muwanguzi abalemesa baveeko natandika mpola mpola akatiraba gyendi kugumikiriza n'amaanyi sibinywera mindi byokolanga biganye lemerako abatagaliza basuse lemerako gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumungo wangudde lemerako byokolanga byesibye nnyo lemerako n'abatesi beetawula nnyo lemerako gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumungo wangudde lemerako ensi eno opangirira ofuna obusente bwo osobole okwezimba olyeko obulungi so ku mabbali nga waliwo abakulaba obubi b'osuubira nti bali kusanyukidde olw'enkulaakulana yo naye nze nkuzaamu essuubi kimanya ebintu si byangu naye olina ensonga lwaki wasalawo okola ekyo kyokola n'olwekyo si kirungi obiveeko nedda saagala obiveeko omweyogereze takusuuza akayanziko gwe fuba nnyo okulaba ng'obeesalako bwe batyo bakutogera balina kye beekoleddewo yo togwa musuubi seruganda ne bw'olaba nga kiri bubi sigwa singayo okuba obubi okubonaabonako kimanye si yenkomerero kola n'amaanyi ebyokaaba obikomerero basaside abakaaba mu kifo ky'okulemerako omuddawo ne mwekubagiza nga twalaba buuza senkaaba amazima tewali kyekola kyokka bintu byakutoba mu nsi eno ejjudde ab'ennugu naye katonda bw'akuwa omukisa mwena njagala mukimanye teryasobola kuguzibikira ne bw'akolima bagamba ekikolimo ky'enkoko tekiyitakamunye bajja kulaba ng'owangudde nabo beewunye byokolanga biganye lemerako abatagaliza basuse lemerako gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumungo wangudde lemerako byokolanga byesibye nnyo lemerako n'abatesi beetawula nnyo lemerako gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumungo wangudde lemerako byokolanga biganye lemerako abatagaliza basuse lemerako gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumungo wangudde lemerako byokolanga byesibye nnyo lemerako n'abatesi beetawula nnyo lemerako gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumungo wangudde lemerako yo in whatever you do in life you should never give up one day you'll succeed because nothing comes easy in life Sylvester and Abrams we are never gonna stop
Français, oh, oh, c'est l'Alliance française. La maison des profs, des Français,
c'est l'Alliance française.
Une fille m'a posé une question, pourquoi prendre le français alors que je lui parlais de la radio Bonjour Kampala. Oh, venez, 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 venez.
Venez apprendre les français.
Je vous invite à venir.
Venez à l'Alliance française.
Viens mon frère.
Venez
viens ma sœur. À l'Alliance française.
Venez à l'Alliance française.
Venez, venez, oh.
Venez apprendre les français. Venez à l'Alliance française.
Venez, 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 oh, oh.
Venez apprendre le français. Venez à l'Alliance française.
Je vous invite à venir.
Venez apprendre les français.
Oh, oh, oh.
Venez à l'Alliance française.
Les Français c'est langue étrangère la plus largement appris après l'anglais. Les Français c'est langue étrangère la plus largement appris
Après l'anglais,
La connaissance du français ouvre des portes des entreprises en France.
comme à l'étranger.
La connaissance du français ouvre des portes des entreprises en France.
Comme à l'étranger.
Le français est la langue de la culture.
La langue internationale pour la cuisine.
La mode, les théâtres, les habitués, la danse et
L'architecture.
le français est la langue de la culture. La langue internationale pour la cuisine. La mode, les théâtres, les habitués,
La danse et l'architecture.
Oh, oh,
Oh, I love French.
oh, oh,
Oh, I speak French.
oh, oh,
Oh, I love French.
oh,
Oh, I speak French.
I love French.
Oh,
I love
I
French.
love French.
I speak French.
Oh,
I speak
I
French.
speak French.
I love French.
Oh,
I love
I
French.
love French.
I speak French.
Oh,
I speak
I
French.
speak French.
Oh,
Oh, I love French.
oh,
Oh, I speak French. Venez apprendre le français. Venez à l'Alliance française.
venez, venez,
Venez apprendre le français.
venez, venez, oh.
Venez à l'Alliance française.
Venez à Kamocha.
Venez
Bukoto
apprendre le
Street.
français.
Blood Sekande.
Venez à l'Alliance française.
Venez dans la grande famille. Venez, oh,
Apprendre le
oh, oh.
français.
Venez mes amis.
Venez à l'Alliance française. Bien Molière, c'est l'idiot n'a pas pris. En passant par Kampala. Pourquoi tu penses que les Français c'est la internationale?
Que tu sois fondé le tour du four du cuisine. Dis-moi le monde en Uganda est là,
En pleine évolution.
Venez,
Venez apprendre
de paix.
Venez à l'Alliance française.
Venez dans la grande famille. Venez à l'Alliance française. Venez apprendre le français.
À l'Alliance française.
Je vous invite à venir. Venez mes
apprendre le
amis.
français.
Venez.
À l'Alliance française.
Venez. Parlez français.
Parlez français.
Parlez français.
Parlez français.
Everybody parlez français.
Parlez français.
Everybody bina moke. Bina moke. Bina moke.
Bina moke.
Everybody bina moke.
Bina moke.
Bina à gauche.
Bina à gauche.
Bina à droite.
Bina à droite.
Bina devant.
Bina devant.
Bina derrière.
Bina derrière.
Bina devant.
Bina devant.
Parlez français.
Parlez français.
Parlez français.
Parlez français.
Parlez français. Venez.
Venez apprendre le français. Venez à l'Alliance française.
Je vous invite à venir. Venez apprendre les français. À Kamochao.
Venez à l'Alliance française.
À Bukoto Street.
Venez
Claude
apprendre le
52.
français.
Venez.
Venez à l'Alliance française.
Si tu veux parler français,
Venez
viens à l'Alliance.
apprendre le français.
Si tu veux parler,
Venez à l'Alliance française.
si tu veux entrer dans la famille, viens.
Apprendre le français.
Viens.
Venez à l'Alliance française.
Oh, in whatever you do in life, you should never give up. One day you'll succeed, cause nothing comes easy in life. Sylvester and Abrams, we are never gonna stop.
Welcome back to the program. Lemerako right there, a song coming out from Sylvester and Abrams back in the days. The song that I love the most, one of the best songs, for me, from you guys. It has a lot of message in there. Lemerako chokola. Whatever you do in life, stay focused to it. Stay. Don't lose your hope. Don't lose your grip on it. I love the song, and that brings me back to conversation we're having, Sylvester. And of course, we want to invite everybody out there, to welcome to the program, and of course, share this link far and wide. Sylvester is here in the studio with me in Kampala, the capital city of Uganda, springing out to the rest of the world, and we're talking about running, hip hop music as a business, all right? Running hip hop music as a sustainable business in Uganda and beyond. Is it possible? We've got Sylvester here, Kabombo, who is a Ugandan musician, hip hop artist, a social entrepreneur, educator, freelance project manager, and an event organizer. Of course, right here on the Creative Industry Talk, we are discussing something very fundamentally important to the growth and development of music industry in Uganda. Subscribe and share it far and wide on our YouTube channel right there. Sylvester.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know, that everything we do in life, we've got to be, consistent about what we're doing. Yeah. Take us through this song a little bit. What was the inspiration behind this song? Was it because of the background that you've told us? I mean, how did it come about?
Yes.
Lemerako.
A bit of that, personal experiences and experiences around us. Inspired that song. I mean, day-to-day issues that that we go through, not just artists but anyone who is out there having a constant battle to make it big in life, to achieve something in life. So it's a song that inspires everyone. That's why you find that even people who are not into music, they feel inspired by the song. So day-to-day issues that we go through. Of course, we had challenges then as artists, but at the same time, the song was directed to everyone out there.
Okay. So basically, we're talking about running hip-hop music as a sustainable business. Is it possible to run hip-hop music as a sustainable business? Does it pay the bill? Can a person survive on it as an artist, as a creative mind? Is it possible?
Yes, it is possible, but it takes, several steps and players to make it happen. If you look at where hip-hop music began and where it is now, there is a huge difference. First then, it was hard to even talk about hip-hop business because there were very few players, very few people who had access to record studios, to professional music videos. So you find that there was that time for the sector to grow, to have people that you can count on for a very good show. Very few then had their own songs. Some were biting lyrics. Some were not having original music. So before even you get into that, you can't even talk about business then. But that era was very, very important because that's why we're talking about business now. Because that era of some of the artists that you've never heard of, but actually were very, they laid a brick, they put a brick, they inspired people. Some didn't have access to studios, but they did performances and in one way or the other influenced others to begin. So right now, like a lot has changed now. There's a crowd. When we started, there was nothing like a hip hop audience, like a hip hop crowd. Like how artists say now, no, I'm doing this for hip-hop only. If you don't like hip-hop, don't listen. He wasn't there then. Because that audience wasn't there. We're fighting for the same audience. That's why you see that all those concerts I've been talking about, the lineup had almost everyone. Dancehall, Mosh, Mad Tiger, whatever, you understand, Two Man, we're all fighting for the same mic. So there was nothing like, oh, I have a hip hop crowd. Oh, I have a dancehall crowd. It was just one audience. So you had to basakata muziki and win them over. So right now, someone can comfortably say, oh, I'm doing this for the hip hop crowd, for the hip hop fraternity. That word wasn't even there. How are you going to use it? So that's why I'm saying that those time we're creating the audience. We're fighting for the audience. The competitions were in the same competitions with people doing other genres of music. Same competitions. To a time now where someone can comfortably say, I'm doing this for hip hop. Have a hip hop group where you have a database of hip hop fans. So, but that's because of the sweat and the time that the people came before put in. So, so we're at level where you can say at least I can earn something from hip hop music or from hip hop as a culture. So we're at that step now. But now, finding ways you can do it is very, very important. Because a business is a commercial activity. Means that if something's not commercial, it's not what? So the business. So how are you going to make it a business? That's where you have to look through, either get people to, understand that most of the time start as solo artists. You find that as a solo artist, you have to do everything. Everything for yourself. That era of, I remember way back, some people used to say like, I'm looking for a man, like the statement, I'm looking for a manager used to be very common then. Because people used not to accept that there are no managers until you do something.
For yourself.
Until you do something for yourself. So it used to be a common statement for artists, I'm looking for a manager. Oh, I'm looking for a manager. I have music, I'm looking for a manager. But the industry, our sector is different. you have to do something. If you sit on yourself and say you're looking for a manager, then you never get them.
Yes.
Because most of the managers we have in Uganda, by the way,
Yes.
come after an artist has blown up.
Yes.
He has done something, and
Yeah.
then he's down hiring the manager.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a manager who's going to hire you and then invest in you,
Yeah.
that's going to take time.
Yeah.
You know. So as a solo artist, you find that you have to do almost everything.
Yeah.
You know, and then along the way, people come and support.
Yeah.
You know. So looking at your craft, how you can make a business out of it,
Yeah.
either directly or indirectly.
Yes.
It means you need to. Yes, you have to think, but you need a team. They might not be your permanent team members, but share a word with someone like, okay,
Yeah.
how can we make this a business?
Yeah.
You know.
Talking of that, by the way, Sylvester, I would interject a little bit to just say this to you. A lot of us out there, the young people, don't know that the steps that you're talking about are very key. And the things that we're talking about here are not things that you find on the street very easily. I want you to share something that is very fundamental. Having gone through all of these things, when was the first time you first held your first cash hanging out of the music, you and and Abrahams, and how did it work for you guys? How were you feeling when you first handed it and you say, yeah, this is coming out of music? Did you buy something for your parents? How did you?
First, before I get into that, I'm happy that we are discussing this.
Yes.
Because then there were no talk shows like this.
Yeah.
You know, most of the artists of that era, not just musicians, but even DJs.
Yes.
You had to learn by seeing someone do it.
Yes.
You know, because people didn't know how to teach.
Yes.
I mean, you can't teach what you don't know.
No, yeah.
So you find that for the DJs, you had to first lift wires and cables, and you see how it's done. But now you're pressing buttons, you don't know even what they call them. But because you know, if I do this, it makes that. But if they bring you someone to teach them, you cannot. Because teaching is a skill.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing for music. That we have a generation that can teach music.
Yeah.
You know.
Can share the experience which they didn't.
Yes.
Were not given
Then
back
there were very few. Even just hearing of a work. Yes, we had professional musicians like Afrigos and the like, but workshops were. I think I had never had a workshop from in that era, like someone holding a workshop for musicians to teach them how to write, teach them how to conduct themselves,
to brand,
teach them about leadership, personal development, interpersonal skills and stuff like that.
Yes, yes.
That was unheard of, you know. So but right now there are, platforms that someone puts a platform just for that.
Yeah.
So it's a very good thing that we are discussing this, because it was unheard of then. Yeah. So it shows how the sector has grown.
Right.
First time, what was the first time? First time I grabbed. Well, there were a few, maybe the bigger amount, but of course the few small payments. From small performances.
Yes.
But the first time I had something that was really good was in 2001.
Yeah.
Me, Sylvester and Abrams, and our colleague Fredo, we featured in a play called King Oedipus by the literature play by the Sophocles. It was on the school syllabus.
Yes.
Yeah. So the director of Alliance Française then was a friend to the director of Sharing Center.
Yes.
And you know what used to happen at Sharing Center.
Yes.
So one time during the competitions for youth in the new millennium, we're getting to the new millennium.
Yes.
So there was a singing competition, and the theme was youth in the new millennium.
Yes.
Actually, we won, Sylvester and Abrams.
Yes.
We are one of the winners during that competition.
Yeah.
So the director of Alliance was one of the judges.
Yes.
He liked our performance so much. It was very energetic, the composition. Then at that time they were doing that play. Yeah. The play had very top names, like Philip Luswata, Bob Kisiki, Herbert Chinove.
These are the guys you used to look at from far and you admire and say, I wish I could even just talk to these guys.
Sabo, and so many.
And I know there are some 6 more in there. Yes.
So many others. So we had no that was 2000s.
Yes.
I think very few people had mobile phones then. They were still expensive.
2000, yeah.
2001, they were expensive. So we didn't have a phone.
Yeah.
And now the director they discussed with the director of Alias sharing.
Yes.
Jay was on board, and they would like to have us feature in the play.
Yes.
That was still in its development stages.
Yes.
To feature with rap music,
Wow.
like in intervals.
Wow.
That was something new. I was like, well, we're very happy, but it took, looking for us was a problem. Remember, Sam
Yes.
didn't have a phone.
Yes.
We didn't have phone
Yes.
numbers.
Yes.
We didn't have phone.
Yeah.
We didn't have phones, and so we didn't have phones.
Yes.
And if I remember well, Sam also didn't have one.
Yes.
So he had to find a way of looking for us.
Yes.
It was a challenge. So he sent someone to Kampala SS,
Yes.
where we were, to look for us and give us, the news. Now, the most interesting part is that, yes, technology like mobile phones were not a common thing then, but there is a way we go to each other that is so interesting. These days, when someone's phone goes off,
They are off.
they're off completely. You find a challenge looking for them.
Yeah.
But then we knew how to go about some things that
Yes, yes.
he doesn't have a phone.
Yes.
So where does he hang out? These days we don't even know where some people hang out.
Yeah.
But then you had to know where someone hangs out.
Yeah.
On a Saturday, where is he? On a Friday. And we used to connect with people.
Yeah.
So some got us, we had the meeting. It was a very wonderful experience.
Yes.
And it was a sold out concert. It was 3 days. Schools came and they were left outside because the tickets were sold out. They asked for more, that we stage it again the next weekend.
Yes.
But that the director was like, I think it's just enough for
Yes.
those who have missed.
Yes.
Hopefully next time. But of course there was no next time. Yeah. But it was a very, very nice performance, sold out. Kids were screaming whenever they didn't even bother listening to what we were saying. Whenever we got on stage in the intervals, so we were rapping about what is about to happen, in question form.
Yes.
So we're not giving the answers.
Yes.
So the moment they opened the curtains, Sylvester Dabra started screaming. They didn't even bother listen to the message.
Yes.
It was a very nice because we were already big.
Yes.
On the local scene.
Yes.
We were not on radio and TV,
Yes.
but we were big in schools.
Yes.
In schools and public places.
Yes.
So just that name, Sylvester Abrams, whenever curtains opened, it went crazy. We signed autographs,
Yes.
I think that was my first time signing an autograph.
Yes.
Yeah, if I remember well.
Wow,
So the
wow.
payment was really, really nice. The
I want you to tell us how much was the first hanging there, because we're talking about is it possible now? Yes.
Yeah, it was, if I remember well,
Yeah.
I think it was 400.
Yeah. Wow.
But there was a per diem for rehearsals to
Yes.
keep you going throughout the rehearsals.
Yes.
And that per diem, of course, didn't include food. It was just something for you to transport you.
Yes, yes.
And of course, we got into the network of of the Philip Swatters and
The big names now.
the big names, the playwrights, and all that stuff. So we got into that network now.
Yeah.
That was our first time to know, I think, if I don't remember well, Chinobe Herbert.
Yes, Abat Chinobe,
I think
yes,
it was
yes,
our
yes.
first time.
Yes.
Herbert.
Very talented man. Yes.
So Philip Swatter, we were seeing him on TV. So we broke into that network now of people, like the theater audience.
Yes.
We broke into the theater network. Yeah. So it was a very nice experience. I think it was 400,000 then, if I remember well.
Yes. Which is still a lot of money.
Yeah.
I wonder, what did you do with the money, by the way?
Of course, I wasn't paying rent, so.
Did you go back home, give Muse something?
I wasn't paying rent, so of course I didn't spend it in clubs.
Yeah.
I didn't spend it in clubs.
I'm sure you went.
But
clothes,
nice shoes.
Yeah.
At least I've always spent on myself wisely.
Yes.
I've always spent on myself wisely.
Yeah.
So just nice shoes, look good. T-shirts, and I don't remember what I did with the rest.
Yeah.
But it was, and then after that they took us to a buffet.
Yes.
All the people, the actors, people who are involved in the production at Normal Gallery.
Yes.
Oh my God, that was my first time to go at Normal Gallery
Yes.
and not spend my money.
Yes.
You know.
And you are eating at the high table also. Wow. So it is possible.
So it was a special treat that should motivate you.
Yeah.
It wasn't even about the money we got.
Yes.
But the network we broke into.
Yeah.
You know the audience. That's because you can spend the money today and it's gone.
Yes.
Yes, but how have you benefited from the people you've met along the way? That's very important. Your network is your net worth.
Yes.
So you can have the money, it can go in a minute.
Yeah.
But how are you able to make that money again? How are you able to reach out to those people?
Yeah.
So that was very
Sylvester, just before we go for a break, I want to take you straight to this last question now. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, of course, we're going to discuss a little bit more on the workshops now. Yeah. So it is possible. I want us to put that question up there so that people can actually follow. We're talking about, running a hip hop music as a business and sustainable business in Uganda and beyond. Can you run it in Uganda here? Is it possible in Uganda here? And can we do it beyond Uganda? Is it possible in your way, in your mind, in your thinking, and in your experience? Is it possible?
Yes. It is possible. But as I've said, it's a gradual process. It's a gradual process. Right now, I'm not as hungry for music or for success as I was then.
Yes.
That's why I keep telling the artists that I meet in these workshops that there are things that I cannot achieve, but you will achieve.
Yes.
So don't make me be the epitome of
your thinking.
Of success.
Yeah.
No, yes, we achieved, we played our part in the sector for so many years.
Yeah.
But we're not the epitome of knowledge and success and everything.
Yeah.
You can go beyond us. You can achieve more.
Yeah.
You have to be hungry. So we achieve those things through challenges, through so many challenges. Yeah. But all those events that I'm talking about were paid events. Yeah. You know, we went to Zanzibar 2006 at the ZIF Festival. Yeah. I think ZIF Festival, in Zanzibar. It was a paid experience. Yes. Then we performed. And so many, even within Uganda. So much as that, as I said this earlier, that yes, most of us aiming for the mainstream, be playing on radio and TV, that's what everyone would love. Yeah. But you can still make money even when you're not on the mainstream, if you put yourself together. Okay. So yes, it is possible, but it's a gradual process. Yeah. How are you going to push yourself? Yeah. Do you have, because, and I also keep saying this in the workshops, that you need to know your people. Yeah. Either 10 or 100 fans that can buy your CD. Yes. You need to know them. Yeah. How many are they? And at what price? So you don't need, there are people who actually believe in you. They don't have to wait for you, to play on radio and play massively. There are always those people that begin with you. So
who understand your music.
And this is what I keep saying to the artists that we program at the festival. Yes. That can you bring 100 people? Because most of the times when we program them, they rely on the audience, like on the Baimba audience. Yes. Oh, Baimba has an audience. Yes, Baimba has an audience. But what can you add to the to the audience?
Because you have to bring your audience in there. Because those are the people who pay you. Those are the people who are paying so that you can earn the money.
Yes. Yes. So whenever I've been lined up for a performance, I don't rely on the audience the organizer is going to bring. Yeah. I lie about my audience. Let him bring his, and bring my people. Yeah. And that's why when posters come out, I have to spread them. Yeah. So this is very important, that if you've been lined up to perform, can you bring 100 people? Do you have the capacity? Can you bring 100 people?
Does your music speak that well?
That you can bring 100, just 100 people.
Yes.
Can you bring 100 people?
Wow.
Some people cannot even bring people to come and watch them for free. Yes. So that's when you have to check yourself. Can you bring 100 people? Yeah. Can you bring 50 people to come and perform at the festival? Yeah. Or at your concert anywhere? It's very important. That's where it begins. Yes. If you if we talk about business, if you can't bring 100 people
you have no business talking about
to
business.
pay at least either 5,000,
Yes.
the lowest 5,000,
Yes.
then you can't talk about me. It means you need to start, continue nurturing your craft.
Yes.
So as much as talking about craft, I mean business,
Yeah.
craft has to be nurtured. You need to have a database.
Yeah.
We have phones here filled with 2,000 people.
Yeah.
Are they really important to you? You know, and I say this so many times,
Yes.
that you have people you've spent 5 years without hearing from.
Yes.
So you need to organize your data in your phone. Organize your phone. Can these people come? You have 2,000. Your phone is filled up. You're even writing on a piece of paper somewhere.
Yes.